to vote. We're going to try to have a voting day that you can come over here and sign up, or a week, or you can come over here and pick up the applications, or give me a call and we can submit your application on the over online, or we can in fact mail it out for you. There are a lot of options that you do have if you get in touch with us. And basically we want to start talking a little bit about here, what does parenting mean to you? And some people have many opinions about it, but parenting, first of all, to become a parent is one thing, to become a mother is another, to be a father is one thing, and to father another. And that kind of leaves us from the show from last week that we had, if you were listening to our guest that was in the studio, in regards to pro-life. But as we move forward here, once you do bring a child into the world, you are considered a parent. A good parent, for someone to call you mother, for someone to call you father, you have to be a responsible person. But parenting is important because parenting falls under categories such as love, understanding, care, and going way beyond your duty of call. I went downtown right here in Sanford where my daughter actually rents some wheels, some what do you call these wheels, the chrome, chrome. And I wanted to pay for her wheels, her rental wheels that she has, because I felt that I wanted to just go ahead and get them out of her way and give that to her as a gift. So basically, once I got in there and I told them, look, I'm here, I don't want her to know that I'm paying this for her, and clear up her account with you guys. And everyone in there were young people, and they looked at me and they were like, if that was my mother, there was a young lady about my daughter's age, give or take, that said, if that was my mother would have told me, if you can't pay for it yourself, then you don't need to have it, And I looked at her and I said, that is sometimes true, but sometimes everybody needs support. And everybody, regardless of how old you are or how young you are, everyone needs a loving hand and a support there. And that's the difference of our culture a little bit from American culture to African culture. To give you an example, in Africa, the mothers carry their children on their backs, wrapped with cloth, while they're working while they're working out in the fields. First of all, right today they still do this, while they're cooking in the kitchen. And keeping in mind, their kitchen is nowhere in comparison to our facilities. So we're not looking at fluorescent light overhead, we're not looking at beautiful cabinets, we're not looking at ventilation for air circulation, we're not looking at central air. Okay, so that child is in back of the mother's back during all of her bending, lifting, chopping the food, etc. And some of them are bending over and cooking on a big cast iron stove to a regular electric stove, and that child stays back there. And some of the women carry those children on their back until they're about 3 to 4 years old, if not 5. And that's hard to believe, but yet true. And I did in fact ask one of the mothers, how do you do this? And they just do this. And this is what makes us women so strong, when you realize the strength that we have as an individual, because this is a fact that if we had to, we would carry our kids in back of us. However, in America that's not the case, because in America we right away teach our children how to sleep in the crib by themselves, how to function pretty much on their own at a very young age. And very few people find that they should let the child sleep in the bed with them for whatever the reasons may be in their life. But however, I'm giving you two different scenarios. The difference is here, the children and the family in Africa and other parts of the world are very close with each other. The children come, they respect their mother and their father to the utmost, and vice versa. Versus here, because we are not that connected like that with our parent, with our mother actually, therefore we feel necessary that we must go out, we must do these things on our own. Just bringing it back around to everybody needs their mother and the support of parenting. It's so very important and necessary. And if you have some, if you agree with me, what I'm saying, you feel, you can call me. Feel free to discuss this matter. But I'm going to continue talking about the difference of cultures here today, and also something that I noticed that is so very different is the women in Africa. Because of this closeness, we have a community of women, and if one doesn't have food, if one is having a problem with some health issues, let's say, or their children, because this is where they got that saying from. You see, it takes a whole village to raise just one child. And I was amazed when I went to Africa and I saw all the women that were so close together. Okay? And we have a call now, so we're going to let that caller come on and talk a little bit more. So just bear with me. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi.
Hello, who's calling?
I'm Leslie.
Leslie, hello. How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm wonderful. Now, as I was mentioning to my audience, Leslie is calling us from, are you calling from Colorado today?
Yeah.
Okay. And how's the weather there today, Leslie?
It's actually quite nice, about 43 today.
Oh, boy, you got good weather like we have in Florida now. How about that? Well, Leslie, today we're going to talk a little bit about, and I wanted to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. What does parenting mean to you?
Taking one of God's most precious gifts in your life and applying your best abilities to nurture and grow it while you have it in your care.
Okay, that sounds well. How old are your children? Do you have children?
Yeah, they're 17, 20, 17, and 13.
And what's been the most challenging point for you?
The teenage years.
Really?
And there was a divorce, two of them, and they were very, very difficult for all of them.
Really? Okay. Well, basically, Leslie, when a divorce occurs,
and they realize that they have a purpose in life and how we can bring fulfillment and contentment into their perspectives.
absolutely, and I thank you for that. Now, can you give me a little quick background on what do you do in London?
What do I do? I am a clinical business unit manager. I work for the healthcare profession. Over here we have the NHS. I'm sure you're all aware of that.
Right.
And I manage two departments, cardiology and palliative care.
Wow, well, we'd like to...
So it's my role and responsibility to ensure that everything happens at the right time. We deliver high-quality clinical care to patients.
Wonderful.
Within the financial envelope that we have to deliver the service. So that's basically me. I have a 9-year-old son called Matthew.
Wonderful.
And my wife is called Myrna.
Well,
she is a director of nursing. She's head of nursing in different hospitals where I work. So we're both in the healthcare profession.
Wonderful. Well, I'd like to talk to you guys again next week. So thank you for calling today, and let's keep building a better you, and may God bless us all. Thank you, my audience, for listening to parenting and divorce situations today. My callers called in today, and bless you, Roy, and your family.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. And to my audience, the show's over. It's time for me to go, and we'll talk to you next week. So let's keep building a better you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Building a Better You with Reverend Lady Kathy Beverly.